Well, good morning, everybody. How you doing, Francisco?
Good. Morning. How are you?
Good. Well, I guess it's almost afternoon. It's around 11.
Yeah.
But kind of a few things I want to talk about. This market's still doing really well. We're seeing new home sales are going through the roof. The confidence on the builders is really well right now. So hopefully they'll start building some more homes, and then people will sell their house and go buy a new home.
Yeah. No,
Hopefully.
that's a big one. I know right now in Riverbank, they're building quite a bit too.
Quite a bit is a few hundred. That's not quite a bit.
Yeah.
We need back to when they were building the Tuscanies and all those home tracks over there where they're building thousands in Modesto. Like, we need to go back to building thousands and thousands a year in Modesto. We should do 1,000 a year in Modesto. We're around 100. That's not enough.
It's a big, it's a big jump.
Well, we need a lot more houses, and we need we need the prices to be cheaper for the builders so they build more houses.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest statements I've heard you make too, that I agree with so much, that
What's that?
helping, the builders rather than trying to dish out a lot of stimulus type stuff for buyers, where it's not making that much of a difference for them.
It doesn't make more properties on the market. We need more properties on the market. If they could actually help with the costs, because it costs, around 100,000 easily, right? For the permits and everything else. And I could be exaggerating, but I just know with my house up in Twainhart, when we were going to build it, it was 16 grand just for school fees.
Yeah.
All right. So for that was one house. Could you imagine other houses? So there's got to be a lot of fees. If they could cut those fees and make it cheaper for them to build, then they could build $400,000 homes instead of only doing 550, 600 because they can't afford it.
Yeah, it's even I know, even in the Patterson area when they were building, I remember it was literally just 3 years ago that you could still get a really nice 3-bed 2-bath over there for 340, 350, brand new build. Now, good luck. I mean, I just sold a 2-bedroom in a senior community for 460.
In Patterson?
In Patterson.
Well, it's just like we have, you have to go to Valley Springs to get something for 383,
Yeah.
Right. I got some other people who are looking for something. They're in Atwater, Merced, and it's 345, 380. So you can find that cheaper stuff, but you just have to go everywhere to find it.
Yeah.
What I mean is, I want to live in Modesto. Well, at the price point you want, you might have to live in Houston, or you might have to live in Atwater, or you might want to live in someplace else.
I think what people also don't understand is the ideology of that, especially your first home is not your forever home.
Yeah. And also that you don't get everything in the house that you want.
Right.
You need to figure out what's the most important and understand you're going to be lucky to get 80%. On average is 65 to 70% of everything you want in a home. Even not only your first home, but your second home, your third home, your fourth home.
Yep. I mean, you could even, I've always told people, you can buy a home brand new, build it even from the ground up, and later on you're gonna be like, man, I didn't do that one thing or whatever. It's really hard to get it all, especially if you're at a very competitive price range, which most starting people are. So again, like you said, even on the last show, there was I was talking about one of the clients that we're helping, and I mean, he's like, yeah, I mean, this isn't going to be my forever home. I know the interest rates are high right now, but I'll refi. Probably by then I might even be out of this home.
Right.
It's that kind of thought process that I would like to see a lot more of. And I try to help as much as I can. I try to, educate people and let them know, and let them also get an insight of also how we see and how we perceive things. But it's hard. I mean, it's like we said, right? Lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And yeah, I think people just don't exactly see. They don't see the benefit. They don't see long term enough.
Well, most people just look at today. They don't look for long term. They don't have goals. They don't have this. They don't change. I was sitting the other day going, man, I need to get back to having my life in order as much as I used to have it in order, right? Because it makes it so much easier. You put your day down the day before, at the end of the day, what you're going to do the next day. So you have that done out of your mind. So you don't wake up at 11 going, oh man, I totally forgot to do that. You ever have that happen? No, that's right. You're still up. I'm talking about 2:00 in the morning. Wake up.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, is I even have those bouts with myself sometimes where I'm like, man, am I doing enough? Am I not, you know, like, what can I improve? What can I do better?
That's because you're a salesperson.
I I believe so. I mean,
That's how salespeople are. Real estate sales is what you do. And that's, you never know if you're doing enough because you're controlling your own destiny.
right.
Right.
Well, I think, and I don't, I mean, man, whether you're in sales or not, it's funny. I went yesterday to
Everybody's in sales.
right.
Everybody's in sales. I don't care what you do. You're in sales.
Yeah. It's always like a mindset thing. I mean, it's crazy to me. Yesterday, I went out, with my girlfriend. We went to go pick up her little brother. We're like going to be hanging out with him for the week, taking care of him for the summer break and stuff. And, this kid, he's like 11 years old, and he's talking to me about like, manifestation and, believing things into existence and all that. And mindset is like the biggest driving factor for a lot of success,
Mm-hmm.
and again, when you yourself are doubting yourself, I mean, we talked about it on the last show too, right? Where, I mean, if you can get finance, someone's trusting in you, you need to trust in yourself, so that you can actually make that step and go on and like and live a better life. And I mean, and I always tell everybody, I mean, it's not even to be corny or whatever it is. I genuinely love what I do, and I don't do it for the sole purpose of benefiting myself. I like to help other people. I mean, it's something where I do feel like we're helping guide people into a better direction where hopefully, I mean, my biggest thing is trying to help people get to financial freedom, like that's one of the biggest like gifts someone could have if you get there.
Right. But not everybody wants to buy that much real estate.
Yeah.
Right. Most people just want to buy the house they're living in, do their jobs, and have their kids grow up, help them get them houses, that kind of stuff. Not everybody wants to be a major landlord. Right. And that's okay. Every aspect works. That 1%, I would say, is probably 1% of the population that does buy real estate wants to be that person. But there's been so many millionaires made from real estate. Just think about how much equity you built in one home. If you had 100 homes, how much equity you would have.
Yeah.
Right. So it just depends on how far you want to go. And there's no time not to do it. Because a lot of people think it's too late. It's not too late. House value in 20 years from now, these houses are going to be worth so much more. How can that be? Because people are going to be making more. Can you imagine people making $100 an hour flipping burgers?
We might get there in our spaceships. No, but I mean, at that point, it's just gonna be a robot making it.
I know, but what do you do for a living? So I'm on Instagram. It'll be something else at that time. I'm an influencer.
I know, that's crazy how much it's like blown up. But the biggest point of it all though is like real estate drives so much of what goes on in our world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't want to say the world, but definitely here,
mm-hmm.
like
everywhere. I don't care what, everything's tied, because they wanted me to do a 5-day-a-week radio show, right? Instead of just the Real Estate Jerky, but they wanted me to do it from 6 to 7. I'm like, I don't want 6 to 7. I want 5 to 6 or 5 to 7. I want that time where people are driving home, so I already have them. I don't want them to come in at 6 when they're already in the house, not listening to the radio, already with kids and doing other stuff.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what are you going to talk about? I'm like, real estate. I go, real estate does everything. I can, talking about real estate, I can talk about anything.
Yeah.
And how it affects real estate or how real estate affects that. Commercial, business, you name it, it all is affected by that.
Yeah. It's like the real estate's like the puppet master,
Well, I mean, look at what happened with us, and I won't talk real estate, but look at what happened with us they shut a pipeline down when the president got elected. He's like, I'm done. And as soon as that happened, I was like, we're going to have inflation. Inflation comes. Everybody doesn't understand what inflation is because we hadn't had it in 42 years. So that means that only the people who are 55 and older even understand that. Well, the population isn't just that old people. There's so many younger. They don't understand the pain. Now people are understanding the pain of how that can affect you, and how that now we went from really low interest rates to 7% interest rates over a 6-month period that is affecting real estate, and this is before the Fed started raising their stuff. Everything is now so much more expensive because of all that.
Right.
And it's everything's tied together.
It all falls hand in hand. I think
But I want to go back to your mindset thing, which is so true. Think and Grow Rich was one of the first books I read. Have you read that?
No.
Dude, you're in real estate and you're in sales. That's the first book you need to read
Yeah,
or
no.
listen to. All right, go to Audible.
Yeah,
Do you have Audible?
I do. I do have that.
Download Think and Grow Rich, the original one, and basically it's whatever you put out there, you get back.
Right.
All right. So they came up with the secret a few years ago, right? And it basically was a ripoff of Think and Grow Rich to a certain point. I don't want to get sued, but that's basically what. So, but that's the same thing. It's whatever you put out there, you get back. Positive brings positive, negative brings negative, and that's how it is in life, right?
Yeah, in all aspects too. I mean, I in my life, I've exactly like you said. I keep in as much positive and I shoo away as much negative as I can. It's like I tell my clients, when I'm working with these people, and I'm like, I'm really like there helping, and that's why I tell everybody. And it's unfortunate that I even have to say it, but yeah, I mean, there is a lot of shady stuff that happens sometimes, right, in our business.
Is there?
A little bit.
I don't know about it.
No, but yeah, there's
not anymore anyway. I remember when I first came in, I could tell you some shady shit that happened, but not now.
Yeah. But it's just kind of like the motives of people, right?
Oh, you're talking about somebody who's trying to take something advantage over somebody who's selling a house with issues and that kind of stuff. Okay.
Right. Like all those kinds of things that you see it a lot. And I always tell people I want to be the difference. I don't want to be like that. And I want to actually help people because it genuinely feels good to me when I'm giving someone their key to get into their house. I feel like, I don't want to put myself up there with like first responders, but I feel like I'm helping make a big impact in their life. So it is big to me and I take it very serious. And when I'm helping everybody, I'm also enlightening them and helping them. And sometimes I even feel like I turn into a motivational speaker. But even then I can't get through to some people. I mean, I've had people that I've gotten in contract, a few times or whatever it may be, and they cancel and they're telling me, hey, I want to cancel. And I'm talking to them like, are you sure this is what you want to do? Like, understand what you have and understand what you can accomplish and what can come from it. But yeah, I think a lot of people, and it is hard, to be super positive. I mean, sometimes I look at it, I feel like I'm a jerk or something, right? Because I'm just like, so like, oh yeah, like it's keep your head up or whatever it is, right? But I truthfully believe that. I mean, I truthfully believe if you're not feeling good and you're not putting it out, like if I were to go out and show houses to a client and I'm like bummed out the whole time, they're not going to probably like any of those houses. They're going to be like, they didn't get a good vibe from any of it.
Right. What do you think about the house? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Like
Francisco's this a house? I don't know.
Right? Like that'd be so like, I don't know. It's crazy to me though, but
should I buy it? I don't know.
And it's like,
want me to keep going or just shut up?
No, it's funny because I mean, it's instilling that thought.
Confidence.
Yeah. The confidence, right?
Yeah, that's what you're helping, because what we do is in sales is persuade. Persuade means that you're helping someone to do what they want to do in the first place. You're helping them find a house that they want to get. They want to buy it. That's your job. You're helping them get there. I'm helping them get the loan to get them to where they want to be. That's what we do. We persuade them. We don't manipulate them. We don't take advantage of them. We persuade, which is exactly what you should do in sales.
Yeah. And I tell them too. I mean, I tell everybody, you're the boss. I always tell everybody, I'm here to guide you. I'm here to advise you. And I'm here to help you get the best deal that I can. But at the end of the day, you're calling the shots. You're the one that is dictating you're driving. I'm like your co-pilot, And I think it helps people. Yeah. Like it breaks down that barrier where I feel like they finally get that level of trust with me. And I mean, I tell everybody from the very first conversation I have, I'm a straight shot, very straightforward. And I'm never going to BS you because it's not going to get me anywhere. It's not going to get them anywhere, So yeah, I mean, it's a matter of helping people. And I think it's just them feeling good about it obviously helps them feel good through and through. Even when I'm taking people out and we're submitting crazy amount of offers and not getting accepted, but then you finally get accepted,
it's the house.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's always that house you get, that's the house for you, period.
Yep.
For now.
Yeah.
Not forever, but for now. But you know, we talked about this before. It's like just understand what you want in a house, what your needs and wants are. Needs is what you have to have, and understand that you're only going to get a little bit of it, not everything you want. And you brought this up before, and I was going to tell you. So my wife bought a brand new home off of Keepsake back in 2002. Lived there, and when we got together, I moved into it because she had one extra bedroom. I only had a 3 bedroom, and with all our kids, the kitchen was an L. Huge kitchen into family room. I mean, like this huge amount of space, right? It was just the biggest. It's like, who the heck designed this like this? So, first thing I did, ripped out the kitchen and put an island in with all brand new cabinets and everything else. Huge change in that house with that long 4x8 island that allowed more flow into the family room. I'm just saying you're going to make changes to even the house you get just to make it so much better. I didn't want to talk about the fact that I put a pool into and everything else there, but that was, you know, it's you're going to change the house no matter which it is over time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's always going to be,
You're going to make it the way you want it. Nobody ever, even when they remodel the, you know, the flippers who do all this stuff to it, 9 times out of 10, you're taking a lot of that shit out anyway.
yeah. They also don't realize, like, yeah, it's a process. I mean, you're not going to get it right away. There's one of the biggest takeaways I've ever learned from, like, when I first started doing this and the whole time I've been doing it, is that you know, stuff doesn't happen overnight. you really gotta work for it, man. If you want like that, and it's like we say too, you know, if you want that house that it needs to meet your expectations, you're either gonna have to like understand and go through the process and get there, or again, change things in your life, like your job or stuff. You know, you can't, it's like we say, right? Like you can't have the champagne taste with the beer budget, right?
No,
Like if you want something that is gonna blow your expectations and be exactly what you want, like it's a dream home, you got to work for it. You know, it's not gonna fall in your lap. And that's like kind of the biggest thing. Where it's like we tell people, there's multiple ways to get there. You buy a house, you live in it, you build your equity, you move on from it, you sell it, you move on to the next one, or you know, you keep renting and build that up. Or again, like we said, make a lifestyle change or make a job change where you can just afford it.
I say make job changes. Well, you should always better yourself with a better job,
Mhm.
or go start your own business after you got your house.
Yeah.
But then just remember that if you start a business, you're probably not going to show all your income because you're going to write it off as a business owner is legally to do, which will affect you. So just understand that.
Yeah. But there's ways to get there. It's just a matter of what route do you want to take?
I guess there must be moving stuff today upstairs. All right, let's go from there before they fall through the roof. All right, everybody, make it a great day. Francisco, again, thank you for being here. We appreciate you for watching and listening to us. We really do. And if you want to help us out, just go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. Mine's at Parcaut. The other one's Real Estate Jerky. And then you have Francisco Ruvalcaba Junior. Is that what your YouTube is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure. All right. Everybody make it a great day. And thanks for being here, Francisco.
Oh, thank you for having me.